Hi world, welcome to this video. This is Tina from tinahills.com, and this is of course a very interesting video that I am going to make, and this is I will be reading to you and discussing my articles on Speaking Tree. You can have a look, Tina Hills, Speaking Tree, okay, and here I have some very interesting articles on Gyanganj and Paramhamsa Vishuddhananda, on Kashi, and some poetry. This is all my playlist. Please just go check it out. But let me begin with the first. Of course, I've got videos on Gyanganj as well. Please check them out. They are on this channel as well. Ajab, Gyanganj. Okay, so check those out. So let me get to you a Paramhamsa Vishuddhananda, and so that is the article. Okay, Sri Paramhamsa Vishuddhananda. Oops. Okay, that it's had about 5k views. Should be much more, but let's get reading from it. Okay, it's something I wrote about 10 years ago. I think 10 years ago. Yeah, 2013, March 4th, 2013. Can you think about it? Can you see the synchronicity? 2013, this is March 4th, I think. Yeah, or 5th, you just moved into 5th. So, yeah, we just moved into 5th, but exactly 5 years ago. Okay, 6 years ago. Interesting. Dhyana Moolang Gurur Murti, Puja Moolang Guru Padam, Mantra Moolang Gurur Vakyang, Moksha Moolang Guru Kripa. This is an invocation to the Guru, and Mahasiddhas and Mahayogis are well aware of the Panchamundi Mahasana. It is known and revered in upper tiers of occult sadhana. Paramhamsa Ramakrishna Raja Ram Prasad, Sadhak Kamalakanta, all these Mahatmas have practiced the occult sadhana of the Panchamundi and have established themselves on it and have partaken the ethereal siddhis that constitute the culmination of the cycle of the esoteric Panchamundi. So Panchamundi sadhana has been done by Ramakrishna, Raja Ram Mohan, Sadhuk Ram Prasad, and Sadhuk Kamalakanto. Okay. Even to this day, in certain parts of India and Bengal, there exist these consecrated Panchamundi Mahasanas brought into manifestation by the arduous tapas of the yogis and the siddhas. However, there is not much written about the Panchamundi in the Tantra Shastra. All its teachings are highly Guhya or occult and are handed down from Guru to Shishya in complete secrecy. So forget the Navamundi, which we will start discussing, but the Panchamundi in itself is an extremely esoteric sadhana, and there is nothing written about how to do the Panchamundi in detail. Okay, there may be mention of it, but it is essentially given to you by a guru. Okay. And in the Sadhak community, there is also the mention of Ekamundi and Trimundi Mahasans. Okay, Ekamundi is one head, Trimundi is 3 heads, Panchamundi is 5 heads, Navamundi is 9 heads. 9, it's a very powerful number, and it is the culmination. But in today's day and age, this very occult knowledge is almost lost to us. It exists buried in a few pages of a few obscure books in some Indian languages, like Bengali, Marathi, and is known to their depths. But what of us, right? We need to know this too. So I'm online and I've witnessed an upsurge in the want of information around the world about Gyanganj, or Shambhala as Madame Blavatsky called it. Her guru Kuthumi is none other than Paramhamsa Kutupananda of Gyanganj, which I have discussed in detail in my last video, so check it out. So I created a group on Blavatsky and theosophy around 2007. So every year this group is expanding, you know. So there is, and also a page I've created called Gyanganj. So we've got 400 to 600 odd people there. And I've got loads and loads of hits on my Gyanganj videos and loads of emails that come to me. So thereby I felt the necessity to really sit down and get working on these videos. Of course, my guides like Baba Pishuddhananda, they have seeded in me this need, this compulsion to go ahead with this work. So that's why I have come in front of you, and I'm trying to put this out in whatever way I can. I'm just a fellow seeker like yourself, so do your own research, see what sounds as truth to you. Okay, it may not be of any great reverence to us, but for the yogis, the mysterious tattva of the asana is of great importance to him, because depending upon the asana he receives from Sadguru and the universe will typify the levels of siddhis and wisdom he will reach. So asana is where we sit and where we meditate, where we create worlds, where we destroy worlds, where we are Shivas in our own right. Okay, we sit on the asana and we perform these spiritual sojourns. So this asana at the time of a tantric diksha is given to you by your guru, who also gives you Shaktipat, which opens up your kundalini, starts gets movement from Sushumna Nadi and starts coming up. So the asana is where you sit. You may be given a particular asana by your guru, but you have to sit on that asana and you have to do your sadhana, your mantras. Mantra is sound science. Okay, you have to do your visualizations, and then the physical power of the asana grows. Okay, so the asana is very important. If you're meditating, create a sacred it could be any fabric, pure cotton, nothing synthetic. And if you're vegan, then no silk, so something like pure raw cotton. Cut out a square and keep that as your asana, where you meditate. Okay. Now, researchers of Tantra Shastra have heard of the occult Panchamundi, but for the very first time in this historic cycle, this Manvantara, the mention of the sacred Navamundi Mahasana was in a Bengali article by Mahamahopadhyay Gopinath Kobiraj in a book called Vishuddhabani. Okay, Vishuddhabani or Vishuddhabani in Bengali. I'm infinitely indebted, of course. Most of this information comes from him and my grandfather, who was a disciple of Baba Vishuddhananda. And much of it comes from my personal channelings and contact with Baba Vishuddhananda also, a lot of this, which I intuitively will guide you towards as I move. But a lot of this is from this book. A lot of this information is from this book called Vishuddhabani. Okay? Now, Gopinath Kobiraj tells us repeatedly how abstract this great metaphysical theory is. In fact, it will sound sorry. In fact, it will sound absurd to the rational mind, to the logical left brain. Okay, and so Voltaire made sense when he said common sense is not so common. But through years of history, psychological conditioning and social structures, we revere common sense. And it is the very death of metaphysics and mysticism, if you ask me. Let's forget left-brain analytical thought when we are entering the sacred domain of the navamundi. Let's go beyond our mind. Let's not think as men and women, as mere personalities. Instead, let's feel this peace. Let awareness be aware of what is being written here. It's a very very powerful exercise to do, is to tell yourself that I'm aware that I'm aware. I'm aware that I'm aware. They do not try to think outside of the box. Okay, so here's a lot of write-up on the matrix and its symbology and the spoon. Okay, so essentially bend your consciousness towards the mystical. Think of it as a deep abstract space, and you will begin to feel the glow emanating from the navamundi, and it will illumine your existence. Be pure awareness, aware, just aware. In fact, after saying all I said, I realized that this Mahatattva of the navamundi may not be for all the ensemble of the Kali Yuga. A lot of people may not tune into this vibration, and that's okay, because it is for who it is for. Okay, so there's no force, there is no control. It's up to you and your soul. That was a little rhyme there, but okay. So this is a bit of where I go on about my close connection to Baba Vishuddhananda. It's very powerful. I consider him to be my Karana Guru, or my causal guru, and my guide in all things. So you know, I come from this comes from a very sacred, very personal, deep place. So he basically has a great connection to me because he made sure that my grandfather, who was not really looking at ever getting married, he made sure that my grandfather married my grandmother, and you know, here I am. So there's a little story about Baba Vishuddhananda and how he saved my grandfather from a drowning at the Ganges, okay, in Kashi or Varanasi. Go through that. It's quite in detail, so all I want to say is that it's something I heard from my grandfather, something my father told me time and again, and I actually saw this happen during a lucid dreaming state, during a very deep meditation that I had, and I could connect with Baba Vishuddhananda, and I mean, I'm connected to him all times. I do channel writing, automatic writing, a lot of work with him, but this moment when he actually showed me the story that my grandfather's been saying, it felt like coming home. So read my article, and I will be here to talk more about the Navamundi, the Akhanda Mahayoga. I will be talking to you about Gyan Ganj, about Kuthumi, about Kutupananda. I will be talking about Blavatsky and Colonel Olcott and the time when Blavatsky disappeared in a time portal in Bombay. I have a lot of channeled work with Blavatsky, lot of dreams that come through, and I'm going to get to all of that. So stay tuned. I'll be reading more from the article as we continue looking at the mystery of the Navamundi. Hope you like that video. Please like, comment, subscribe, share. Let me know what you're thinking, and let me know your thoughts. Thank you.